Hi everyone, this is Nikki Rowland and today I have a layout to share for Cocoa Vanilla Studio. This is my first layout made using the new Great Escape collection, which is just fabulous. Now this collection is kind of travel themed, but it's also really kind of boy like, so either of those work really well. Any photos of those work really well with this collection. So yeah, so I have got a little story to tell on my layout today. So my little boy, who's 5, he really loves volcanoes, and we go to Lanzarote all the time, which has lots of volcanoes. So well, it has, I think it was once a volcano, something like that anyway. I'm not entirely sure of my history, but anyway, there are lots of mountains in Lanzarote and he thinks they are all volcanoes. So every time we go past a mountain, which we do all the time, he constantly talks about them erupting and being and lava flow, lots of lava. He talks about lava all the time, and we play Floor is Lava all the time when we are there. Anyway, this story makes me laugh because he was chatting away about volcanoes as he regularly does, and we were in the car and a song came on the radio and he says to me, "Mummy, this song is about volcanoes." I was like, "Oh, is it?" And he yeah, and it was Mr. Bombastic, Mr. Lava Lava. So very funny. We all fell about laughing. Mr. Lava Lava, obviously, but no, he thinks it's Mr. Lava Lava. So forevermore, that song will be Mr. Lava Lava. So anyway, that is what this little story is about. And when I saw this paper, that reminded me of the mountain ranges in Lanzarote that we drive past all the time, plus that fabulous little mountain ephemera from the ephemera pieces. So I decided to use both of those to tell this story. So I just handwrite the story a bit later on, but I also add the title Mr. Lava Lava to the layout as well. Now I am, like I said, using the Great Escape collection. This is my first time using it. Now I adore this collection. I think it's amazing. Sometimes when I'm faced with a collection for the first time, I get a bit overwhelmed with all the amazing things in it, and then my frugal scrapbooker in me kicks in, and I feel like I can't use that, it's too special. I love this is my favorite piece, so I better not use that, I better save it for something else. Or this is my favorite paper, so I won't use it. And I have to remind myself sometimes that the best scrapbookers are the ones who actually use their products, as opposed to the ones who hoard it all. So I have to give myself a talking to sometimes. But anyway, this was one of those layouts I really struggled to get going because I didn't want to use anything. It's crazy. It's completely bonkers, isn't it? And especially as I have lots of it. So anyway, I had to tell myself off, and then I really got going after I made this layout. I've made several more layouts with this collection since, and not had the same problem. So thank goodness. But on this occasion, I was being really frugal. So that's why this layout doesn't have as much on it as it could have done. So what I did was I trimmed down that fabulous paper and stuck it onto the background with 2 strips of blue either side to lift it out a little bit. I was going to use it just as it was as a background, but I always tend to like to bring my canvas down a bit, so that's what I did. And then you can see that I've added the photo on the right hand side with a frame ephemera and the mountain ephemera, which I cut in half and split so it showed better on either side of the photo. I really love that Away We Go journaling card. That's the mini one from the A5 paper stack. I've also cut out some stars. Oh no, I haven't. They are ephemera stars. I haven't, at this point in time, I hadn't got to cutting out stars of that amazing pattern paper yet. It was one of the ones I was trying not to use. I have added in a tag from the stickers. I've added in some chipboard, the little Adventure Awaits banner. I've got out and about sign in there. I've got the compass. So I've got a number of things in, but I was, really quite frugal. I could have put a lot more on this layout, and I wish I had, because I prefer my layouts to have lots on, and I do wish that I had sorted myself out and just got on with using the collection rather than trying to save it all, because I like the finished layout, but it's not quite to my normal style. I wish I had a bit more on it. So I felt when I was nearly done with this layout, I felt that it lacked something. And I really wanted to make these mountain ranges stand up a bit more and give them some more dimension, because it's all a bit flat, because of course it's printed on the paper, so it's going to be flat. So I actually put my more chocolate just appeared on my desk. So what I did was I took my craft knife and I took a paper mat and I managed to slide it under that paper layer, and then so it's all stuck down, you see. So I'm trying to craft knife something when it's already all stuck to the background, so that was a bit challenging. Plus I'm also generally not allowed to use craft knives because I do tend to cut myself quite a bit and get blood on my layouts, and it's just never a good look. So I try to avoid them and usually just use scissors, but on this occasion the only thing I could possibly use here was a craft knife. So I managed to slip my craft mat in between the paper layers. Lucky I hadn't stuck it all the way in the middle, I'd only stuck at the edges, so I could just prise open that edge, put my paper mat, my mat up inside, and then I was able to use the craft knife to cut along those wiggly lines. And then what you can see I'm doing there is I have kind of folded them up. I've added a bit of distressing to the edges, only very lightly because I couldn't I couldn't get my scissors in properly, and I'm just poking in some foam pads to make sure that the mountain ranges all stand up. So I'm actually really pleased with how that came out, considering it was a last minute thought, and I really needed to, it was quite a technically difficult thing to do because my paper was already stuck to the page. I'm actually really pleased that I did it and that it turned out the way that it did. So I'm just sticking the bottom sections down there with the glue because currently the top sections are stuck with foam pads, but the bottom sections are kind of floating around a little bit. They're still loose because they have no adhesive behind them, so they needed to be anchored down to the background. So just doing that with some wet glue, I'm pretty much there at this point. I'm pretty much finished. I'm going to add some splatters. I've got a friend next to me who's putting her fingers in my video and thinking it's very funny. I think that was Lisa. Hi, Lisa. Okay, so just adding a few final finishing touches. I've got a few enamel stars going on to the layout. I've also got black stars from the titles. Let's Explore I've put at the top as well, which is one of the titles from up there. Now this collection didn't come with any little letters this time, so I reached for my Heart and Home mini puffy alphabet stickers because the colours for those go really quite well with this collection. They are easily used to add little subtitles if needed. So that's exactly what I've done, and I'm adding Mr. Lava Lava because of course Mr. Lava Lava was not a title on the title sheet. Of course it wasn't. This is a bit of a random one. So I'm using the little letters to add that, and I'm adding those words on the little mountain ranges. I know it's just going to be stacked, so I'm going to move Mr. in a minute, and that's going to go a bit closer to a bit further up above that next line up. So I've tried to stick with colour, and I've ended up with dark blue for Mr. and the first lava, and the second lava is green. So that all works really, really well. So I'm really happy that I got the title in that I wanted, Mr. Lava Lava. I'm happy that I managed to do that fussy cutting and dimension with the mountain ranges. I'm super happy about that. I'm liking how the layout is looking, so I wish I had a bit more on it, but on the other hand I don't want it to be cluttered. I've added my little story now. I've written my journaling underneath the Let's Explore title at the top, and I'm just going to put some sequins in place. So I've just made myself a sequin mix using packs of sequins that I nearly finished, and then I've just mixed them together. I've been quite selective about the colours that I've used, and I also had to pull out some sequins that weren't right, but I've made myself a little sequin pack that goes quite well with the Great Escape collection, so I'll be using that on all of my layouts, I should think. So I've just sprinkled a few of those in place over my big clusters, and then I'm going to finish off with some splatters of black paint. I think I was just about to splatter, and then I realised I haven't added my sequins, so just adding sequins first, and then I can splatter with the black paint. There we go. So just adding those in there, and that is my layout done. So yeah, even though it is quite a minimal layout for me, I hope you enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed making it. I loved the mountain range paper. I was drawn to it immediately to tell this little story. So yeah, thank you very much for joining me today. Check out the Great Escape collection. It is fabulous. Thank you so much for joining me today. That was Nikki Rowland for Cocoa Vanilla Studio using Great Escape.